Good day. This is Paul Eugene, and welcome to Inspiring You. Well, you know what day it is? It's Inspirational, Motivational Wednesday. How are you doing? Are you up? Are you down? Are you neutral? I trust by the time I finish this, you're going to be lifted up, 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 up. And guess what? I want to give a shout out to everyone whose birthday is today. Happy birthday! You know, you were created with a purpose. You were endowed with gifts and talents to share with the world. Well, it is now February. Back in January, we set out to what? Reset our lives. Tell me, how are you doing with your goal to reset your lives? Are you still resetting it? Or have you taken like a slight step backwards? I said slight because you didn't take a major step back and aren't doing anything. The vision is still alive in your mind, and your heart, and your soul. And I am here to continue to encourage you and inspire you towards resetting your life. Well, today I have 3 words, and they all begin with the letter P. No, it's not Paul. They are patience, persistence, and perseverance. Those are the 3 P's for today. I'll repeat them again. Patience, perseverance, and persistence. You know, all of our lives, at some point in time, we experience patience, we experience persistence, and we experience perseverance. Without that, you or I would not be where we are today. Now, I'm going to use an example from my life where I use patience, persistence, and perseverance. Way back in 1987, I decided that I would run the New York City Marathon. I was big into running besides dancing. In fact, I used to run every morning before work. That was my wake-up call. I had that desire in me to get outside and to get that fresh air and to complete my daily goal of my run. Well, when I decided to do that marathon race, I had to go into what I call a plan. I had to set up a plan on how I was going to tackle that goal of finishing that 26.2 miles of running. So I laid out a 6-month plan. And what I did during those 6 months, I was faithfully getting my runs in, whether it was hot, cold, snowing, or raining. I still was committed to getting my runs in. Also, I went on a strict eating habit where I ate selective foods. I didn't go on this veggie diet or this crazy diet. I just was mindful of what I was eating. I will say that I kind of did what they call carbohydrates loading, getting all those carbs into me. Of course, I burned them off all the time. And also, I had a strict regime where I went to bed at 10 p.m. every night, including the weekends. Now, could you imagine someone living in the Big Apple in New York City on the weekends going to bed at 10 p.m.? Well, I did. I did that for a reason. I put aside of me going out and dancing all night because I had a goal in mind that I wanted to achieve. So I put away my temporary pleasure of going out and dancing because I knew there was something greater that I wanted to accomplish. I knew that this was not just running a race, it was in fact enhancing my health. Well, I share that because as you're resetting your lives, you have to have your plan before you. Now, did you set up a plan for you? Do you know the disciplines that you need to take? Do you know those things that you need to cut out of your life temporarily so that you can achieve your goal? Or sometimes you may have to eliminate those things altogether out of your life. They're not coming back. Now, race day came, and I was so excited because I was embarking on a journey, or like I like to say, I was running the race set before me. All of us have a race that is set before us that we must run. Our lives are like that. We don't run the same race exactly the way someone else is. We all have our own gifts, our own talents, our own calling while we are in this world. But during the race, I felt comfortable. And then we got to about mile 22 in the race, my mind started playing with me. My body was fatigued, but my mind started playing with me. In fact, I can recall my mind saying to me, "Why are you running this? Are you crazy? Are you an idiot? What are you doing out here running this race?" But you know what? I pushed those thoughts aside. I had to persevere through those negative thoughts. I kept my persistent going and kept going. And patience was carrying me through the whole way. Even though I was at mile 22, I knew I had to get to mile 26.2. And that final stretch wasn't all flat. It had winding hills and curves. But you know what? I kept going. Even when I saw people on my right, on my left, just giving up and bowed out of the race, I kept my focus going. I kept my mind on the goal. So you have to do the same thing in resetting your life. You have to keep your focus straight ahead. You may see friends falling to the right, falling to the left. They're just stepping out of the race to do more or to capture their goals or resetting your lives. You have to keep going. You have to have that persistence awakening you. You have to persevere through all that is coming around you, including the negative thoughts of your mind. Now, getting back to the race, as I got towards the final mile of the race, I could just feel this adrenaline kicking up. And that race, the last mile, especially the last half mile, there are thousands and thousands of people there to cheer you on. And as I enter into that last part of that race into Central Park, I can feel the energy from the crowds. I can just feel them just boosting me, encouraging me on. And my friends, in the distance, I could see the finish line. I could see I just have to go up that one slight hill, and then I would cross the finish line. And I'm going to tell you, I finished the race. I finished what was the purpose that I had. I was victorious, and I was so elated that I accomplished that task. Now, let me share this part with you. You too are going to have to sometimes listen to those positive voices outside of you that are rooting you on, that are coaching you on. You may be just a short distance from achieving that goal, and you can hear the positive voices encourage you on. You know, when you focus on the positive voices encouraging you on, the negative ones don't even make a sound to you. So after I finished that race, something happened inside of me. I realized that my mind, my body, my soul, and my spirit was ready to take on the next challenge in life. That just boosted me. And I tell you, when you reach a goal, don't you feel that way? Don't you feel like, yes, I did it. And yes, I'm going on to the next challenge in life. My friends, when you accomplish one goal, that's not the end. That goal just made you stronger, wiser to tackle on the next challenge in life. So as we're resetting our lives in 2022, realize it's not just a one-time thing. It is continuously challenging ourselves through the rest of the days of our lives. I like to say this word, that we each have a race that is set before us that we need to run. Run your race in such a way that you win. You know, we all run in the race, but we all don't get the same prize, or our eyes are not all on the same prize, but run for the prize that you have your heart set for. I thank you for listening to me today, and I'm trusting and believing that this word today has encouraged you, has inspired you to get back in the race if you temporarily step back. If you haven't joined the race, to join the race, your own personal race. You will be so happy and so blessed when you look back after you achieve that race and see how far you have come. You are like, woohoo, I did it. Now life, what's next? I'm ready to tackle what life has next for me. Well, everybody, I want you to have a blessed day. And I am Paul Eugene, and I am what? I'm out of here. I got to go to the disco. Woohoo!